So today I'm going to talk to you about foundation single crochet, and this is just a different way of starting your project if you're working in rows. It's an alternative to doing a long chain and then a row of single crochet, and it gives you a different looking edge. So this here is a normal way of starting, so with just a chain and then a row of single crochet, and this here is the foundation single crochet. The foundation single crochet start. So what you can see is it gives you this nice edge of V's along the bottom, and it's a kind of rounded edge, so it looks the same on the back. It also has this nice row of V's along the back, and also what you'll see is that it's a little bit more stretchy than a normal chain and then single crochet, which is great if you're somebody whose chains start out really tight and you end up kind of having a little bit of a bow and having a tight chain at the bottom. So it's a great alternative for that. You can use it any time that your pattern says chain X number of stitches and then the first row is single crochet. So let's go ahead and see how that works. Okay, so I'm going to start as normal with my slip knot. So I'm just going to twist my yarn and bring it through like that, and we'll pop my slip knot on my hook, just like that. Right, now I'm going to make 2 chains exactly as normal. So yarn over the hook and bring it through my slip knot, yarn over the hook and bring it through my next chain. So now I've got my 2 chain stitches exactly as normal. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hook into that first chain that I did, and I want to put it in here so that I've got 2 bars on top of my hook. So you'll see that your chains have this V, so when you hold them flat like this, so what you want to do is put it right in there, exactly in there, so that I have 2 bars on top of my hook. And then I'm going to yarn over and bring it through those 2 bars, and then I'm going to complete my stitch. So what I'm essentially going to do is a chain, so yarn over and through 1, and then I'm going to yarn over and through the 2. And what I've more or less done there is a chain and a single crochet in one. So I'm holding my work kind of vertically instead of kind of horizontally like I normally would, so that it's easier to do. So this is actually the top of my work, this is the bottom. So now I'm going to put my hook into my last stitch, which is here, and I want to, if I just turn it to face me, what I can see is I've got this V at the bottom, and that is where I want to put my hook. So I'm going to put my hook in so that I've got the 2 bars of that V on top of my hook. So there, so I'm just giving it a little bit of a wiggle so that I can get in there properly. So 2 bars on top of my hook, yarn over and bring it through the 2 bars, and now I'm going to complete my stitch. So yarn over and through 1, and then yarn over and through 2. And that's my next foundation single crochet. And I'm just going to carry on now to do as many stitches as I would normally do chains. So go back again underneath here, so turn the work so that the bottom is facing you, and into here so that you've got 2 bars on top of your hook, yarn over, bring it through, yarn over, through 1, yarn over, through 2. And I'm just going to carry on a little bit there, so put my hook in here. So in the beginning it can be a bit difficult to find exactly where to put your hook. So if you have more than 2 bars on the hook, then you're not in the right place. If you only have 1 bar, again, you're not in the right place. So what you want is to put your hook in so that you've got the 2 bars on top of your hook. Okay, so then we go yarn over and through, yarn over and through 1, yarn over and through 2. And that is my foundation single crochet. Oops, a bit of fluff. This is the top of my work, as you saw, and as you can see when I showed you the example, you have this kind of rounded edge. So that's a nice edge, nice finish for a sweater or a jumper if that's what you're making. So you put the hook in, yarn through, yarn over through 1, yarn over through 2. And once you get the hang of it, it actually isn't that difficult. But the main thing is about where to put the hook. So this is not right. There you will end up with 3. This also not correct. There you've only got 1. So what you want is those 2 bars on top of your hook. Okay. So it's all about where you place the hook. That's the most important thing. So yes, so you want to be turning your work so that the bottom is kind of facing you a little bit. And then you can see these two V's. And they are slightly crossed over. So the one on the top is going on the top and then there's one underneath, and you want to grab both of those. So it's really there, exactly there that you want to come. And don't do your stitches too tightly. Again, if you're somebody who makes really tight chains, try not to do this too tightly. It should be better than doing a regular chain and then crocheting into it however tightly you crochet. So it will always be better than doing that. But if you are somebody who crochets really tightly, try not to do that first kind of chain part too tightly. So yarn over, bring it through. This part, if you can do that a little bit looser, don't pull this super tight. If you pull it super tight, then it's actually going to be really hard to get your hook in, because that is where you're going. So that's the place that you're going into, is where you did that kind of chain. So yeah, so that was really tight, so difficult to get in. So where you do this part here, this one chain essentially, try not to pull that too tight. So don't pull on your yarn now to make that really tight, then that's going to make it really difficult to get into the stitch. So when you make that first yarn over, bring it through, and then chain, try and leave that stitch a little bit looser. Yarn over and through too. And that's the way it works. Gives you a nice rounded edge to your crochet.